Hey everyone, I'm going to show you how you can build an e-commerce store on HighLevel. So you actually don't need anything else besides HighLevel to build your e-commerce store. So inside of your HighLevel account, obviously, if you want to sell products, you have to create the product first. So I'm going to go ahead and click here to create the product. And you'll see as soon as you create the product, this option here to toggle it on. That's all you need to do to put a product that you have in your account inside of the e-commerce store. The first product is going to be face serum. Now, of course, we could add a description down here. We can add a product label. For example, let's say that this product is only on sale in the month of December because it's a special Christmas product. We could actually label that a sale and then choose the start and end date for that specific product. Now here we can also add a collection. So inside of this store, I already have 3 collections, but in this example, we would probably want to have a collection of skincare products and whatever else that we were offering. Now, because I don't have a collection for this, we can actually just create one here. So I'll do face care. And we could add an image here. We could also add products to this collection one by one, or we could even use the smart feature, which allows the existing and future products that match the conditions you set will automatically be added to this collection. I'm just going to add them one by one. I could search for the products and I could add the SEO data here. So you can see the link to this particular collection would be whatever our store domain is, /collections/face care. All right. So I'm just going to save that there. Now we have that in our collection. And when you set up your store, you have different product tax codes that you can create. If you wanted this product to be part of your global settings, or maybe this is being advertised in a different place and they have specific taxes, you can actually customize that as well. We can also attach the tax rates here. So it's useful if you don't use the automatic taxes. We have additional options here, which is the statement descriptor. So make sure that you are filling this out. Imagine yourself if you are checking your bank statement and you have no idea what that is. For example, this is a face care product, face serum. If I am using my default business name, and my business has nothing to do with this, it might be a little weird. And if you are the customer and that on your bank statements, you might be tempted to contact your bank and say, hey, this was a mistake. So what I would do is make sure that you fill this out and make sure that it's something that the customer would recognize. We can also add media here for this, and I'm going to go ahead and select this image. So lots of times we purchase products and we want them shipped out every single month. We could choose to make this a one-time or recurring, or we could do both. So let's say here, this product is $97 because it's really high end. We could put a compare price, so $297. We could also add our inventory here, and we could choose to continue selling out of stock. If you are tracking the inventory and you only have 10, as long as this is unchecked, then once the 10 is gone, you will not be able to sell anymore inside of the store. You'll have to come back in and update that. Now you can also add a product description here. And let's say that I have a special where every time someone purchases this particular product, I'm going to give them access to a membership area course where I show all the benefits and how you can use this and maybe some of our other products. And I wanted to release that membership offer when they purchase the product. I could just toggle that on, and then that takes care of that part of the automation. So the trigger to release that membership offer would be them purchasing the product. Some of you guys may not even know that little button is there, but that actually makes it really easy when you're selling courses or when you want to offer an additional course to a product that you're selling. If I had another price that I wanted to add here, I could certainly do that. In subscriptions, it would be like a monthly or an annual. Here, you can add the different variants. This type of product, it might have different sized bottles. So let's say the variant is going to be size, and let's say 15 fluid ounces, and then 30 fluid ounces, and then 45. Okay, so that's all we need to do to add our different variants. So I'm going to go ahead and save there. Since we've added variances, we need to change the price here for those variances. So 15 fluid ounces is $97. We have the compare price here as well. Let's just say this one is going to be $147. Let's say the compare price would be $399. We could also add this one here. Maybe this one is $197 and this one is going to be $4.99. Now here we want to set the SEO information. What do we want the title of this product page to be? Face serum for women over 40 years old. We could add a description. We could also add the product handle here. So this is actually called face serum. So let's just make that the product handle. So face, and then we could even do a little line here, face serum. Now, once we have created that, we can go ahead and click save. So this is our product that we created with the 3 different variants. Now let's create a subscription product because I just want to show you the difference there. So I have another subscription product and let's see what it looks like here. It is this here, which says perfect color. We're just going to call this cream. Okay, we're going to say cream. And we have the description here. We could add the product label, the collection. Let's go ahead and choose face care again. And we'll keep it as global taxes. We're not going to attach the tax rate. We do have an image here, so we could click there to upload it. Let's go ahead and add this image. I do like to use the same size images. I do 500 by 500. That just makes it easier. And when you're viewing your store and all the products are side by side, all the images are the same size. So it just looks really good. Now here, I'm going to make this 147 and this is a subscription product. So it's every single month, or I could choose a custom frequency. Like maybe since this is skincare, sometimes we want it every 3 months. Sometimes we want it every couple weeks. Whatever you want to choose, you can do the custom, or you could choose daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. I'm just going to choose monthly just to make it easy. We could add a trial period. We could also create a custom payment where they only do 3 payments of it and then it's paid off. You could also do a setup fee here. You could also track inventory just like the other one. Let's say that we have 10 of those and we don't want to continue when selling out of stock. We could also add our variants here. We also have our SEO data and our description and handle. I'm just going to go ahead and save, except it won't let me. I need to add this in here. All right, and save. All right, so now our product has been created. You'll see this is toggled on. So now we have 2 products in our online store. So now how do we create the store? We're going to go to the sites section and we're going to go to the stores, and we don't have any stores. Now I can create a standalone store. I could also add this store to an existing website. So let's say that I want to add it to this website here. I go into the website and you'll see the option on the left-hand side, click the plus sign, go down to store, and you'll see we can add this store to this website. It will add all of the pages. But if we wanted a standalone store, we can go back to the store section and we can click here to create a new store. Now you can start from scratch and build all this out. It will just create the pages for you and give you the skeleton, or you could use any of the templates that we have available here. So you can sort through here and find the ones you like. Of course, you could use a blank store if you want to. Let's just choose this one since this does look like it's skincare. So we'll go ahead and choose that template. So you can see that it's bringing it in now. There's actually 4 different elements that it's loading, and it's going to add it right into our account. Okay, so let's go into the store now. And if we did want to connect a domain to the store, of course, we would just come in here into the settings. Here's where you can change the store name, the path. You can add a favicon. You can add a chat widget. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this into test mode because I want to go through a test with you guys so that you can see the process of not just placing the order, but also order fulfillment. So let's go ahead and pull up the home page and we have shop. So you see we have this cream product here, and then we also have the face serum. So if I click in here for the face serum, you'll see because I have different variants, I can choose here what size of this that I wanted to purchase, and I can choose the quantity here as well. So when I click add to cart, you'll see I can go view the cart now. And let's go ahead and just go through the checkout process. And let's add an email address and Jane Doe. And we'll give Jane Doe a phone number. And we're just going to say Smith City. And we'll say 462. That's our zip code. Now here you'll see multiple different payment options. And this is set inside of your payment gateway. So if you're using Stripe, you want to go into the settings and go to the payment options. And you want to make sure to select these options here if you want them to appear. But here, since we are using Stripe and we're using a test card, I'm going to do 424242. So we can do 56. We can also do 111 and We can do zip code. So let's go ahead and make a payment. You can see that this is in test mode as well because it says test mode. So if you are using Stripe, as long as it's in test mode, you can use 42 for the number. You can choose any expiration date in the future, and you can also choose any number for the security code, any zip code in any country. So I'm going to go ahead and click make payment, and you'll see now it goes into the payment confirmation. So let's go back now into the account. Let's go into the payment area and go to orders and click on orders here. And then you'll see this product that Jane Doe purchased. Now, you'll also see that it's unfulfilled because this is a physical product. So I'm going to click here and you'll see all of the order details. What we need to do at this point is we need to click here to print the packing slip. So I'm gonna go ahead and we can view this here. So here's the packing slip. It shows the order ID, the shipping address, the billing address, and the product that was purchased. Now, what we need to do is ship the item. When we have shipped the item, we can then click here to go ahead and add the fulfillment. So we can add the tracking number, the shipping carrier, and the tracking URL. And if we want shipping updates to be sent to the customer, we can click here to notify the customer of all the different steps in the shipping process. All right. So that is how you create the store, and you also ship the product with the order fulfillment. So I'm going to go back now to my website. And I do want to point out too, you'll see when it creates all the pages, these are actually every single page that you need in the website. Do not delete any of these pages. It's like the blog. So you can get in here and you can design each page, but there are specific elements on the page that you need to make sure to not delete because all of these pages are vital to the process. So this is the about page, but the product list, again, really important. These are just widgets that you can click on. You can manage the products that are showing. You can really customize the look and feel of the whole thing. You just need to make sure don't delete this because this is your product page. Same with the product details page. You can customize this. You can add products. You can design it however you want to. Just make sure that you don't delete this page and don't delete that element in the page. Same with the cart, the checkout, and the thank you. So feel free to design any way that you want to. Just make sure do not delete any of those crucial elements or the page. Let's go to shop, and I'm going to show you here. And also on the product, you'll see subscription under the product image. So if we click there, you'll see it's obviously just one. I'm going to go ahead and add to the cart. View cart. I actually have two, so I'm going to make that just one. Checkout. And then it's the same process when you check out. Okay. It's just going to be monthly. Now let's talk about the automation part of this whole process. How can you build out automations? Of course, you have the settings in your store. So if you go to settings, you have all of these that you can set, and a lot of that is automated for you, but you may have some custom automations that you want to build in. So you can actually, if you just go into your automation tab and click start from scratch, let's say that every time a product is purchased, you want to send them an email and you want to send a team member an email. You click here to add the trigger, and that trigger is going to be order submitted. So we're going to choose order submitted, and we can choose that specific product. So let's say the product is face serum. So the trigger for this workflow is when this product has been purchased. Now here I can add tags. I can do any of these things that I want to do, but the main thing is I want to send an email. So I can say, here is your confirmation, and I can also say, hey there, and then I can use any of these custom values here. So let's just do the first name and comma. And then if I wanted to add any of these order details, we'll go back here and you will see order. So I can add order source, symbol, currency code, customer data, the order total, discount code, and all of these things. So I can include any of that data in this email to the customer. So I'm going to go ahead and save that email. And then here, I want to choose internal notification for a team member. So how do I want to notify my team member? Email, notification, inside the dashboard, SMS, or WhatsApp. So I'm just going to choose email. And then again, I want to add my subject line. We have a new order, and then you can give details about the customer or the order or just instructions for them to fulfill the order. Now, once you have that set up, of course, you're going to save it, you're going to publish it. And then now, as long as you go back and change your store to live, all of the transactions and everything that have been through the store will be actual live payments that you can then track and fulfill.